my first question to you would be, what is Avaya's general outlook for the coming year, particularly given the challenging market conditions right now?
Sure. It's no secret that the this is the calendar year, or what happened, the events of the past year or past months have left a major impact on the global economy. One thing we see for sure is that some industries actually are benefiting from that or flourishing because things like the online and delivery, retail, and these type of industries are benefiting. And there are some industries that are suffering a lot, like tourism and hospitality. And you have in between. I mean, these two examples are both extremes. One thing that played probably in Avaya's favor is the fact that the dependency on our solution has increased, and due to the fact that the work from home or serve remotely or the remote interactions, whether employees collaborating remotely between each other or customers interacting with their with organizations in a remote manner, they all depended or can depend or are depending in many customers on Avaya technologies. So that's what we're really focusing on. We're not focusing on the grand scheme of outlooks and forecasts, but really focusing on how we can help our customers serve their customers better, more efficiently, and how we can help our customers operate and collaborate more efficiently.
Now, tell us something about the Avaya Edge partner program. Are there any recent updates, or what is the whole thing about?
Sure. Edge channel program has been running for the past 4 or 5 years when it was majorly overhauled. But since that time, we've been evolving it every year to cope with the changes in the market environment, in the technological environment, and in the role that the customers expect our partners to play. Going forward, there was a major shift that got accelerated, I think. And it's not like a new trend, it's an accelerated trend, the trend to cloud and to OpEx. So customers now don't look at purchasing new solutions, they actually look at consuming new solutions. They want things immediately and to consume it as needed and scale it up or down, also based on the circumstances they operate in. So and with that priority from the customer side in mind, it has forced our partners and resellers to accelerate their shift from a CapEx business model to a pure OpEx business model. And that's what we have done with Edge to support that acceleration, in the sense that we all know the OpEx business model causes some cash flow pressures on organizations, because instead of selling something and collecting the money in advance or as soon as the project is delivered for the life cycle of the project, usually it's paid monthly or quarterly or something due over a period of 4 or 5 years or whatever duration of the contract. So what we have done with the Edge program, we shifted the reward system to encourage partners who are shifting to the cloud model, to the OpEx model. And that will help them really absorb, or the program will help them absorb some of the financial pressures on their bottom line. So that was the major evolution we've done in the program. So we've given them like 4 or 5 key sales milestones where they can earn rebates, and these 4 or 5 milestones are stackable. So it's not like either or. You can, certain projects actually hit the 5 of them, these criterias, and they can earn rebates on 5 different fronts. So they have all our partner community that are eligible basically this year to double and even triple the rebates they get, again, as a gesture from Avaya to support their transition into the OpEx world. On the key technical criteria of the program, it was simply an evolution where we have removed certain requirements that are no longer applicable to the cloud world and added certain stuff. But in overall, we have simplified the requirements, because the cloud world, the OpEx world, is usually a simpler world to consume, because the solutions are pre-installed and activated. Customers have to use them. To consumption is the key here. It's not install and support.
Right, that sounds great. Now, coming to the channel market, how would you describe the channel market in particular, and why would you say that cloud has become the driving force in the market? Or would you agree with that if I said the cloud is
I would
uh,
say the OpEx for
driving?
business model is the driving force. Yes, because of the economic pressure that companies are going through, they don't want to. They want to reduce their capital investments as much as possible. And there is another factor also playing in the favor of the OpEx business model, whether it's subscription, private cloud, or public cloud, is the fact that also customers are looking for quick wins. They're going towards micro solutions, so they're not trying any large project that used to be implemented over a year with a 2 years or 3 years ROI. Now they want to reduce it into pieces and do it over a period of weeks to implement and start using it and look at an ROI of months and move on from there. So these two factors, mainly driven by or impacted by the global economic challenges. So the customers are requesting an OpEx business model or way to consume technology by default as the new default. And some of them, of course, CapEx will never disappear, but the new
Mhm.
default is OpEx. That's why we're pressuring on cloud. Sorry, the second part of the question was?
Would you agree that cloud is the driving force, or if
Yes,
so,
yeah,
why?
yeah.
I mean, why is cloud,
As I
you
said,
know,
these are the
top?
two main reasons.
Mm, right. Um, and how are you supporting and empowering your partners to transition to the cloud? Because the journey is a challenging one. It's a difficult one. So how are you empowering your partners to smoothly transition to the cloud?
So first, the good thing is that that transition we started with our partner. Actually, we've seen it coming almost 3, 4 years ago, where we
Mm,
had our managed services offering, subscription was there, some of the cloud offers were there, and we were setting the stage and encouraging our partners to build a business model that is based on the recurring type of revenue streams, and a lot of them are already in there. Now the events of FY20 accelerated that transition. And as I mentioned, so we're helping them, as I mentioned, through the Edge program by simplifying the requirements to sell cloud because it's simpler to sell cloud, by incentivizing them on selling the right OpEx based business solutions. And that will help them absorb any impact to their bottom line so that these kind of rebates. And third point is that the modernized enablement, customer success being introduced as a practice with our partners to make sure together we secure maximum adoption of by the end user of the solutions, which will result in the faster upgrades and expansion of the utilization of these solutions. So these are the three areas where we're going to be working with our partners to make it a successful transition for them. And it won't be successful for them and us unless it's successful for the customer too.